It is a crisp, clear morning on a bustling college campus in the early 1970s. Students move about, their laughter and conversations blending with the rustle of pages and the sound of footsteps. In the gentle light of dawn, the campus overflows with promise and possibility. A well-dressed young man walks confidently along the pathways. His courteous smile and easy manner catch the eyes of passers-by, and as he pauses to help a young woman gather her scattered books, a subtle chill seems to pass over his eyes, a fleeting glimpse of something deeply unsettling beneath his charm. Later, on a quiet street bathed in soft morning light, the tranquility belies an underlying tension. A modest Volkswagen Beetle comes to a gentle stop near a small parking lot where a young woman walks alone, her mind likely filled with thoughts of the day ahead. The car's door creaks open, and a man steps out with an arm held in a sling. In a voice that is soft and disarming, he asks, "Excuse me, would you mind giving me a hand? I seem to be having a bit of trouble." Though hesitant for a moment, her natural kindness prevails, and she steps closer, drawn by his apparent vulnerability. In that brief, fateful moment, she accepts his invitation, unaware that this simple act of compassion is the beginning of a carefully constructed deception. Not long after, a local newsstand displays a headline in bold, "Young Woman Missing." The words seem to cast a dark shadow over the community, and a worried family clutches a missing poster, their eyes filled with silent dread. In a quiet diner elsewhere, a man flips through a newspaper with an unreadable expression, a picture of calm detachment as the nation's fear deepens. In rapid succession, more images flash in the mind. Women stepping into cars during ordinary moments, only to vanish without a trace. Each disappearance intensifies the atmosphere of terror, while the man responsible continues to blend seamlessly into everyday life, his unsettling smile belying the horror he has unleashed. In a cluttered detective's office, walls adorned with photos of missing persons and interconnected red pins tell a story of mounting despair. Investigators pore over files and evidence, their frustration growing with each dead end. Amid this chaos, a composite drawing of a man begins to take shape. A drawing that captures the features of a man whose presence has haunted their every thought. "We need to connect these dots," one determined detective insists. "There is a pattern here, and we won't stop until we find the man responsible." With every passing moment, the net tightens, but the elusive culprit remains always one step ahead, leaving behind no obvious trace. On a quiet stretch of highway, a routine traffic stop takes an unexpected turn. A police car, its red and blue lights flashing in the soft morning haze, pulls up behind a familiar Volkswagen. The man, still the picture of calm, smiles politely and hands over his license. Yet as the officer glances into the car, a flicker of alarm crosses his face. A subtle detail, like a hand tightening on a steering wheel, hinting at the storm that lies beneath the composed exterior. In a measured voice, the officer commands, "Please step out of the vehicle." In that moment, even the smallest oversight, the remnants of evidence carefully concealed, proves enough to shift the balance. For the first time, the man is in custody, his carefully maintained facade beginning to crumble. But the story does not end with capture. Behind cold prison walls in Colorado, the man paces methodically within his cell, his eyes never straying far from the passing guards. High above his modest bed, a small, nearly invisible vent hints at a weakness in the seemingly impenetrable system. One night, as a guard ambles past and all appears normal, a closer look reveals that the vent is empty, a silent invitation to a carefully orchestrated escape. The guard's alarm is palpable as he exclaims in disbelief, "Where did he go?" In that moment, it becomes clear that the man's mastery of manipulation extends beyond his interactions with people to the very systems meant to confine him. Before the full light of day breaks over Florida, a new chapter unfolds in a realm of escalating tension, outside a college sorority house, where moments of camaraderie and laughter still echo from within. An ominous shadow creeps silently across the lawn. Suddenly, the calm is shattered by the sound of sirens and the rapid approach of police vehicles. Officers, their expressions steeled with grim determination, surge into the building with a flurry of urgency and chaos. The man's actions have grown reckless and violent, a final, brutal burst that, paradoxically, heralds the beginning of his end. In a crowded courtroom, filled with harsh light and tense anticipation, the man reappears, not as a charming stranger of a bygone morning, but as a defendant facing the consequences of his crimes. Dressed in a suit and exuding a disarming calm, he offers a smile to the flashing cameras. His voice rings out clearly as he addresses the judge and the silent jury. "I am not the monster you seek. I am merely a man caught in a terrible misunderstanding. Yet, for every polished word, the overwhelming evidence behind him speaks of pain, sorrow, and lives shattered beyond repair. A trail that no amount of eloquence can obscure." In the quiet corridor of a final judgment, the man is led toward the end of his dark journey. His face remains an unreadable mask as he walks steadily toward his fate, the silence around him heavy with finality. A newspaper headline later proclaims, "Ted Bundy executed," a stark punctuation to a reign of terror, and the solemn end to a saga marked by manipulation and brutality. Justice, though served, leaves behind scars that will forever remind us of the lurking dangers behind even the most unassuming facades. Years pass, yet the memory of this man endures, a haunting reminder that evil rarely announces itself with overt menace. Sometimes, it comes in the guise of a polite smile, a gentle request for help on a sunny morning, seamlessly blending into the fabric of everyday life. At memorials for the victims, where quiet vigils and flickering candles speak of sorrow and remembrance, families and friends gather to honor lives forever altered. In their tribute, there is both profound grief and a solemn warning, a call to remain ever vigilant. This legacy, indelibly etched in history, serves as a beacon of caution. Behind every friendly face and unexpected gesture may lie a hidden darkness, waiting for the precise moment to reveal its true nature. Let this be a reminder. Appearances can be deceiving, and sometimes the most dangerous monsters are the ones who seem the most human.